Alright guys, it's test day. It's the day that we've been working for this whole year, and I know you kind of feel like you're checked out of school right now because of, well, we haven't been in school for months, and our last day of NTI work was last week. But my encouragement to you is that you guys have got this. The last 3 weeks of work, if I could talk today, have been preparing you for this modified DBQ. Remember that the rubric is not as hard as the normal DBQ. So you only have to use 2 documents essentially to get a 3. Now, please, please, please follow the outline that you've been using the whole time. Because if you use 4 documents, that gives the reader plenty of leeway to use their discretion as to which documents they want to count. And if they count all 4 documents for you, you're on track to get a 3 or a 4. And we're really aiming for you guys to get a 4 because you do have it in you to pass this test, despite the circumstances that we've been thrown into. Remember that you can play to your strong sets, or your skill sets, you can do analysis, you can do outside evidence, or you can do a little bit of both. So if you're really good at analysis, go with that. If you're really good at outside evidence, go with that. Or if you're like, I'm kind of so-so at both, you can do analysis in one paragraph and outside evidence in the other. If you do both analysis and outside evidence, you'll also increase your score. If you can do 2 analysis points, and then you can do 2 outside evidence points if you're really trying to check off all the boxes. Remember, when you use outside evidence, that it has to be relevant to the topic and the point that you're trying to make. Treat it like it's another source. Don't just throw a fact in the paragraph and leave it hanging. So if you're bringing in an outside fact, make sure you are tying it directly to the claim that you are trying to make. Also, make sure your thesis statements restate the question and have the 2 points that you're going to make about the topic. Don't just restate the question and leave it at that. Remember, your context needs to answer the 5 W's about your topic. Make sure who, what, when, where, why is answered. That way, when the reader goes forward in the prompt, they have all the background knowledge they need to know about the topic and the question. Remember, I sent out those study guides that you can have up during the test. They're also linked on Google Classroom. But it might be helpful to have those up for contextualization and outside evidence because that saves time for you on a Google search because you don't want to get stuck in the rabbit hole of Google and lose time. Also, remember that the outline can be up during the test, so there are basically 4 tabs you want to have open. Okay, 1 is the study guides that I posted, free game. Okay, 2 is the outline that we've been using during the last weeks of NTI because that's going to help you structure your essay. It'll also keep you from freaking out, kind of like, what do I do next? Because that outline shows you the exact order of how you're supposed to write these things, okay? And then you need to have the test up, like the question, and then your document that you are writing it on. So also remember that on your document, you need to put your AP ID, which is found on your e-ticket, which I asked if any guys had not received one, and I didn't get any replies back, so I'm assuming you guys all know where to find that. So you put the AP ID in the top right hand corner along with your initials on each page of your document. Now, there has been some trouble with submissions on the first round of AP tests, so this week they've kind of ensured a safety plan, so you guys are lucky to have that option. The option that has had the fewest amount of errors is copy and pasting into the typing field. So you can write your answer on a Google Doc and then copy and paste it in there. And remember, you need to do that when the timer goes to 5 minutes. So make sure that you are ready to start figuring out that process when that 5-minute timer comes on. Remember, there's also a demo posted to to Google Classroom, that you can play around with to help you get used to the software. And please play around with that demo. That way, when it comes time to take the test, the software itself is not going to make you freak out and you're familiar with it. So make sure you take some time to do that. It won't take you very long. Also make sure, okay, so other thing, if the timer times out and you still were not able to submit your answer, what they're going to do is have an email submission option, and that was on the reminder photo I sent yesterday, so please go over that reminder photo again because it has some really good information. You can email your response if the timer times out and you weren't able to submit. Now, this isn't something to say, well, oh, I'm going to use the whole 5 minutes and then email it. The email response window only pops up if there is an error in you submitting your response. Like, it doesn't pop up automatically after the timer's out. It only pops up if you try to submit your response and it doesn't work. So don't bank on that for extra time. So reminders on that photo from yesterday, make sure no one else in the house is on the Wi-Fi. That way you have as much bandwidth as possible. Also make sure that you have your document ready to go before you even start the test. That way you don't have to waste time doing that. And I'm going to send a reminder 30 minutes before. You need to log in at 12:30. So you need to go to your e-ticket at 12:30 and click it and open the browser window and go ahead and start the biographical information process. Your first name, your last name, your school, your APID, all that. That way it doesn't take away time from your actual test time. And you'll be ready to go as soon as that timer starts ticking. Okay? So I am here. If you guys need anything at all leading up to the test this morning, you can text me on Remind. You can email me. But please reach out if you're having any kind of anxiety or if you have any questions about this test. I know it's not an ideal situation, and I really wanted to be there with you guys, or at least be at the door to wish you good luck. But this is my good luck, and you guys have worked so hard for this, and I miss all of you so very much, and I can't wait to see you next school year, and I hope that you come say hi if you're not in APUSH next year. But you guys really do have the capacity to pass this test, and I believe in y'all, and you need to believe in yourselves. Okay, so go back and look at your practice DBQs from the previous weeks if you need to. All my comments and feedback are on there. If you have any questions about any of that, you can shoot me a text or email. But again, you guys have this test. You can do this. Yes, I know it's not ideal, but it is passable. It is doable. You can earn this college credit. And I can't wait to send you the email saying that you passed in July. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys later.